Don't you ever in your life question me about what I do. Tunde shouted. Once upon a time, in the village of Somori, located amidst streams and farmlands, lived Omolara, a woman of striking beauty and grace. With her long dark hair, captivating eyes and gentle attitude, she was a sight to behold. But beyond her outer charm, Omolara had other qualities. She was an hard-working lady who had a thriving business as an hairstylist. From young maidens to old women, everyone sought after Omolara's expertise in hairdressing. Her hands always worked wonders, plaiting beautiful hairstyles that left the villagers in admiration. Lara's good hairdressing skill soon extended far beyond the village of Somori, reaching neighboring villages where she was also admired. She made a lot of money from making hairs, both within their village and from neighboring villages as well. Lara had it all going well for her, but amidst her success, she had one heartache. She was married to a man who made marriage a living hell for her. Lara, as a beautiful young lady, met her husband Tunde through Tunde's father, and within a few months of their meeting, they joyfully exchanged vows and got married. Sadly, Tunde's father passed away just a few months after Tunde and Lara got married. Now, while Tunde's father cherished Lara dearly when he was alive, he wasn't the sole admirer of Lara's pleasant attitude and warmth from Tunde's family. Tunde's mother also held a special fondness for Lara in her heart. From the first day she set eyes on Lara, when Tunde invited her over to the house, she developed a likeness for her and made sure she married into their family. And even after Lara and Tunde got married, Tunde's mother's love for Lara did not diminish. Instead, it grew the more as she and Lara got along so well. But despite his parents' initial approval and love for Omolara, Tunde's feelings towards her had soured a year after they got married. Gone were the days of tender love and companionship. Instead, Tunde's actions dripped with disdain and neglect towards Lara. He criticized everything she did, rarely ate the food she prepared, and distanced himself, leaving Omolara yearning for the affection they once shared. However, with all of Tunde's bad attitude towards her, Lara never stopped showing him genuine love and immense care. Desperate to reignite their flame of love, Lara decided to do something romantic one day. She laid in bed, smelling like a freshly plucked flower, after spraying one of the best fragrances that was sold at the popular Ewa market in the village. She had, prior to lying in bed, prepared Tunde's best food in hopes that it would gladden his heart when he returned from the farm and also create a sensual atmosphere for the two of them. This, however, did not go as planned, as Tunde not only rejected Lara's food, he did not get in bed beside her as Lara had hoped. Instead, he took his bath, wore new clothes, and stormed out of the hut. This broke Lara's heart so much, as she had thought that she and Tunde sleeping together that night would produce a baby. You see, Lara had always thought having a child would bring her and Tunde together and make them bond the more. That was why, at every opportunity she saw, she wanted Tunde to sleep with her so she could get pregnant. But Tunde, rejecting her and her food yet again that night, made her wonder what she had ever done wrong to him to warrant this attitude from him. She just couldn't understand why her once loving husband had become so unaffectionate towards her. And months after months, Tunde's attitude towards Lara remained the same in the marriage. He just completely stopped showing her love and care. As she had done in previous years, whenever Tunde became unkind and hostile towards her, Lara would run to Tunde's mother to report him, lament her pain to her, and seek her counsel. In response, Tunde's mother, after patiently listening to Lara, consistently advised her to consider leaving a marriage if her husband's love for her had soured. Leave, Lara. You are a beautiful and hardworking woman, and any man that has you as a wife should love and cherish you. I have spoken to my son countless times and he wouldn't change, so I won't cajole you to stay in a loveless marriage. I remember during your courtship days how Tunde adored and doted on you. So what changed after you two got married? See, Lara, I am a woman like you and we deserve love. So leave if my son treats you badly and has stopped loving and making you happy. I support you leaving. Omolara, after leaving Tunde's mother's hut whenever she went there to complain, would make up her mind to leave Tunde. But when she set eyes on him, her love for him takes over her heart again. She would tell herself that one day he would change, thus forgetting all the assuring words Tunde's mother had said to her. But this change in Tunde that Lara always hoped for was not in sight, as Tunde continued to treat her like a stranger in their home. One Thursday morning, Lara was getting ready to set out to the neighboring village as usual to make hairs for her customers. She packed her bags and informed Tunde and his mother about her journey. Tunde, on hearing this, was so happy that he helped Lara in packing her bags that morning. Now, on a regular day, Lara would stay for 2 days whenever she went to another village to make hairs. But for this journey, the village she was going to was having their annual festival, which will run for a week, so she was to stay for 4 days to make the hair of the queen and other royal women in the village in preparation for their festival. That Thursday night, Tunde was loving and caring towards Lara. He cooked for her, spent time with her, and even slept with her. This loving behavior of Tunde shocked Lara, even though she was happy about the change. It had been months since Tunde had been this kind and caring towards her. She had 1,000,001 butterflies in her tummy, and she silently murmured till she fell asleep words of thanks to the ancestors for changing the heart of her husband towards her. The next day, which was on Friday, Lara set out to the neighboring village. She was happy and plaited the queen's hair with joy and a cheerful spirit. As she walked, her mind pictured beautiful moments with Tunde, with their children running around the house and all of them being a loving and happy family. However, Faith had a different plan for Omolara. 5 days after she left their village to the neighboring village, Lara came back home and saw the door to their hut locked. She was really tired from the day's journey, so she just sat down on the doorway, thinking her husband had gone to get something and would be back home soon. She had been seated for a few minutes when she remembered that their kitchen had the back door that led into their hut. In a tired state, she dragged herself up to the hut and headed to their bedroom so that she could lay in bed to rest for a few minutes. But when she got there, she was met with a scene that shattered her heart into 1,000,000 pieces. "What is happening here?" Lara, who was shocked, asked Tunde, who just looked at her nonchalantly. "What is happening here, Tunde? And who is this woman you are in our bed with?" Lara asked again. Before she could finish her question, Lara was answered with a slap across her face. "Don't you ever in your life question me about what I do," Tunde shouted at her. Lara stood, shocked that Tunde had hit her. In all the years of their marriage, Tunde had never laid his hands on her before. She stood transfixed for a while, then looked at the woman in her bed, and then at her husband, and left the hut with tears streaming down her cheeks. The woman, whose name was Fumilayo, began to laugh as Lara rushed out of their hut in tears. When Lara got outside, she thought of where to go. She did not want to go to Tunde's mother's hut because she did not want her to know about what had just happened. She had no close friends either that she could run to, so she just decided to walk around the village till it was late in the night before returning back home. When she got back home, she rolled a mat to the corner of their hut, laid it down and slept there on the floor. The next day, Fumi came around, and the next day till it became a regular routine for her. The part 2 of this story will be dropped soonest. Thank you for joining me on this story. I appreciate your attentive ears. Stay tuned for the part 2 of this story that is dropping soonest.